Hello, my peeps. Welcome to day two of the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar reveal. To recap, I got little props for today. Uh, the kit itself comes with the stamp set, and day one was some dies. So like I said, I just put a couple strips. Normally I would have a full sheet, but this is a two-piece stamp set, two like sheets. So these are the dies. I just kind of put them around. And just to give you a little bit of an idea with what this kit will make, I took the biggest flower and the biggest leaf and this die, and I made myself, oh, and then one of the little yellow centerpieces. I'll show you in a minute. And I made myself a pointed setter, or poinsettia as normal people call it. Now, I said this wasn't a Christmas set because I guess I got Christmas on the brain. The first thing I did see was a poinsettia. But I also made a tiger lily. Right? Same flower. I guess I did flip the direction on it, but it doesn't really matter. Same flower. And then I used... I gotta find it. Which one did I use? Oh, there it is. It's up here. I had to slightly shift one off. But I used... Did I use it for something else? No, I did not. Here, I'll do it this way. I used this, which I'm not totally sure what it's meant to be, but I used it to make little black, because tiger lilies kind of have the stamen that stick up. So I just kind of used that one. I think there's lots of fun you can do with the set, and you just have to play. So this is the small flower, and again, I said Christmas on the brain, so it looks like a poinsettia. I took, here, let me just do this first. So these are some of the little pieces that are in there. So this is the smallest leaf. There's a little sprig with little like seed pods or whatever. This yellow is the center that I used on the flowers, and I just stabbed it in the middle. On this bigger flower, I just kind of stamped it around a couple times. This one, I just stamped it once. There's a couple little pieces, and I'm going to show you something cool I figured out with this. So these are two of the other stamps. Try to get it to go into focus. They're just little bits. So the two, so one is obviously a little flower. Here, let me just see if I can block the background. It'll focus. There we go. So this one's just a little flower. And then these two pieces I think are just meant to be like centerpieces or something. But if you stamp one inside of the other one, it kind of looks like a flower. I thought it was cool. That same little stamp that I used to make this centerpiece, though, I also took it. I gotta put it on here again. I also took it and I just stamped it 4 times, and then I stamped those same 2 inside pieces. And I don't know what flower this reminds me of, but it reminds me of a flower. I'm not really good with like flower names, but it looks like some like button, something button. I don't know where it's got lots of like little petals on it. Anyways, that's what it reminds me of. There is also this adorable butterfly stamp, which is 2 pieces, so it makes it really easy to stamp wings, and then thorax, I believe is the correct term for the inside of the butterfly. There's some stamps that make a cupcake, and I just put the heart on top. The heart can go many places. I just felt like I needed something to put on top. Now, you'll notice with the cupcake liner, this is what the stamp comes out as, right? Just like this. And all I did was I stamped this, and then I shifted over just to the left slightly, and I stamped it again so I stamped off. So I got 2 different colors out of it, and it's the perfect width. And I just did that. I'm like, this must work this way. And sure enough, when you put the icing on top, it's the exact right width for it. Then I stamped a couple of them upside down. So I think that this would make like just a cool border background. Like I said, I think there's a lot of fun pieces here, and I think you just have to play and see what comes out. Oops, I just realized that's not even showing. Okay, so that is all the stamps. And then, so these, excuse me, these 2 flowers, there are the big dies that you can cut out. And then there's all these little like dies that are kind of standalone dies. So, just when I can't do that on the white because I cut them all out of white. So this is the easiest. This is most of them. Just when I'm stuck to my silicone mat, and they are literally stuck to my silicone mat. I'm not sliding well. So these are 4 of them. And so this one, like, the pieces pop out. This one, the pieces pop out, so it cuts more of a line. These are a bit more solid. Okay, so that's 4 of these that go along the bottom. With the butterfly, you can grab it and do a little paper piecing. So the first one, I swiped the little bits and pieces into the recycle bin before I even realized what I was doing, and they're small. But if you're paying attention and you have a little bit of tear and tape, you can save the little pieces that pop out and color them. So all I did was cut this in white. Just a minute. There we go. I cut it in white. I colored the top 2 pieces of the wings in dark Timid Tiger, and the bottom 2 pieces, sorry, I can't hold my arm this high up and still at the same time, in the light Timid Tiger. And then I stamped this little thorax piece just on a sheet of white, and I just fussy cut it. And then once it was fussy cut, I just colored over it solid with my black marker, my black blends, so I get a nice solid piece. And then I just stuck it on there. And is that not just an adorable little butterfly? And I think you could put an adorable little butterfly on a cupcake too if you wanted to. So then here's the part I had fun with. I told you that little stamp set was adorable, or not little stamp set, the little rainbow stamp. So this is the die cut, and you see how I have, sorry, I just all of a sudden have the worst itch on my ankle. There we go. You see how I have the 4 different color rings there. But Tracy, how did you get that? Okay, I got to keep switching because this now I got all white again. So this is how the die cuts. Right? It cuts it out, and it cuts all the little rings. So these rings, I managed to not pop them all out till I wanted to. These rings just pop out. Or not rings, I don't actually know what they are. The lines of the thing. Is there a word for that? Do I even know? I don't know. So there's 4 of these, which you can just pop right out, which is all I did. I colored these with my blends. And then I just put some tear and tape. You could use adhesive sheet too. I just put a couple strips of tear and tape across the back, and then just carefully put my pieces back in again, flattened it down. Now they're stuck to the tear and tape. So now I can just peel this off and stick it down, or I can do something else with it. I think you could also just pop out the pieces and use this guy on a background, right? And color would just come through the die cuts. So I've had some fun playing with the first part of the thing. And this, seriously, this is day 1 and the stamp set. Okay? Like, so far so good on the old advent calendar. Okay, so without further delay, let's see what day 2 is. We're going to open our thing up. And like I said, my prediction, because of the size of the square, was DSP. Where's the little, there we go. I've got to find the little finger tab. Like I said, I'm trying to be careful not to wreck the box. Because you'll notice, like with number 1, I just closed it back up again and you can't really tell. So I'm just using my nail to get that going. I could also use my crafting blade and my take your pick tool. Oh, there we go. I don't know why I'm ooh, pretty paper. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to not to rip it, because, you know, maybe I'll do something, maybe I won't. Oh, look at that. Okay. But see, I can close it right back up and you wouldn't even know I was in there. Oh my goodness, look at this. So I'm sorry, I'm such a tease. I don't mean to be. I was looking at this as I was staring at it. I was looking at some of the flowers and these little ones here, and I'm like, we don't have a bow. I like that bow. And oh, look at this. And then I thought, well, maybe by the time we're done, we'll be able to make a bunch of those things. So all I see is one sheet. I'm just going to move this out of the way for a second. It's not a full, like lots of times with the 6x6, there's 48 sheets. There's not 48 sheets of this. Oh, there's some pretty paper here though. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so maybe there's 2 of each. Okay, so this is different DSP for us. So there's 2 of these, but you'll notice it's blank on the back. So these are, oh my God, these are pretty colors together, aren't they? I love Christmas. I love making Christmas cards, but I have seen a lot of Christmas cards lately. And I'm loving these springy colors. This appears to be basic beige with like white watermarked leaves, which if I could get the right stinking angle, you might be able to see. All right. Oh, daisies. I love this sheet of paper. And we have some, yeah, there seems to be 2 of each. So 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 so far. We've got a pink pattern, up to 4. A nice, just kind of watercolor background. These are white daisies on basic beige. You can't see them as well on the screen. It is fairly monotone, but it is kind of funky paper. I think that's 6. I kind of lost track. Just a minute. There we go. Or I can actually see them. Ooh, look at this picture or paper. This is lovely. This is the same thing. This is like tone on tone, old olive with the leaf background. Oh my God, you guys, you know I love blues, right? Look at this paper. That's amazing. Oh, that's so pretty. Very springy. And then seriously with the blues. Oh my God, look at this paper. Right? Oh, this is very peaceful garden color scheme, and you know how much I love that one. So what did I say? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 10 sheets, 10 patterns, 2 each. So you got 20 sheets of paper. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, that is day 2. I'll be back tomorrow with day 3. Bye.